Welcome to Toro College, the IEP Simulation document for the Individualized Education Program. We would like our students to become more familiar with the IEP and special education and prepare them to take the EdTPA in special education. That exam, which is required for teacher certification in New York State and 24 other states, I believe, requires that a special lesson, which is with adaptations, is made for a focused learner. So they will need to work from an IEP in order to prepare a lesson. Okay, in the document, areas cannot be edited, but we can type in names, RONALD, and that's the person that we'll talk about today. We would put in the course in the section, the candidate's email, and the other information. We'd also like to know the role of the Toro candidate at this point. Are they a teacher, a substitute, paraprofessional? Let's see, we'd like to know. The table of contents has active links. If you hit control and click a link, it'll take you there. So if I wanted to, I could go control and hit introduction, and it takes me down. So you'll see in this document we have links so that student can learn. So this is an explanation of what an interactive learning response document is. This is where a student, if he hits control click, can find out about the IEP. Let's click, and the student will learn what an IEP is. Answers all the questions. Let's move this off and see what happens if we hit section 504. Well, what is section 504? I've heard about it. Let's go. Section 504 is part of the Rehabilitation Act. Let me find out about that. This is all about the Rehabilitation Act of 1973. Let's go off. We're going to come further down and learn that the student will need to prepare an EdTPA after May 2014. At Toro, they use students with disabilities as the recommended exam. If you click EdTPA, the student can familiarize themselves with the upcoming exam after May 2014. All right, let's go further down. Let's see how the interactive learning document gets passed around. So the student is going to fill out information. Then they're going to send that information to they're going to complete this document by sessions 6, which is typical. They're going to send the completed assignment to their professor. Then the professor can respond in this document to the contents and return it to the student. Okay, at the top you see a picture of the IEP for John Paul Jones. Let's see the kinds of things we expect to learn from this exercise. The learning objectives for this assignment would include finding the name of the IEP student. In this case, it's John Paul Jones. Finding out his disability, the annual goals, the present levels of performance, the strengths, and so forth, just so that we'll understand how to adapt a lesson for this particular student. In the adaptations, we have a wonderful document. If we click it, control click, okay, this will open up a document, and it will actually give you a list of school-based accommodations for a student that has special needs. Interesting. So we can learn about special needs in the school setting and how to adapt lessons for it. Okay, well, how do we search a document? Here are the step-by-step instructions. Okay, let's see if we go down to the actual IEP. This one is based on a CESIS form. The platform is CESIS, which is currently used by New York City. Okay, let's see. John Paul Jones, there's the name of the student. Suppose we want to find out about the disabilities of this student. Well, we can use technology to help us. We hold the control key down, and F for find, and on the left you'll see that it allows, we have John Paul Jones. That's why we have every instance of John Paul Jones. Let's type in the word disability. Disability. If I hit enter, it shows every occurrence of the word disability. So the disability for John Paul Jones is speech or language impairment. I can actually copy this, Control Copy, go to the Learning Objectives, and go Control V, which is Paste, and I've found that information. And so by doing this task, a student will become familiar with the technology, Control F, how to search a document, find, and at the same time find out about the annual goals, etc. Over here, we ask the student to list several school-based accommodations based on the situations of the student, whether it's the management needs, the social needs, etc. If we click this, Control, and hit click, you're going to see a document. Let me bring it in for you. And it actually gives a list of appropriate school-based accommodations. When we're finished, again, this document is sent to the professor. The little apple shows that the professor can actually respond here and write comments. Okay, this is a suggested activity for SPED courses, special education courses at Touro College. Thank you.